You are still tuned to Better House 102.3 FM Ibadan, your radio station. It's the TGIF edition of the headlines of Better House 102.3. My name is Tony Adeoye. Don't forget that you can be a part of this program by joining all our platforms. On Telegram, it's official Maestro Better House, and on WhatsApp, the number to call is 070-555-66624. You can also listen in from anywhere around the world. Our website address is www.petals1023.com, or you download the Petals FM app from your Play Store. And you know I will not be doing this alone. I am here with the most beautiful activity.
Tony, Tony, how much do you want me to pay you for all this?
I'll be nice.
All these weekly.
Let's start with 5K. Then we'll be increasing it with
5K. 5K.
So my no way.
You know I will not. A beautiful morning to you. Thank you for joining us on the TGIF edition of the headlines on Better House 102.3 FM. My name is Adebisi Ogujimi. So good to be here.
Yeah, so good to have you. Let's check the platform if we have anything. We have this from Olaliri Ayola. I commend the Court of Appeal for its judgment on the frivolous and irritating case brought before it by a former presidential candidate of the defunct Hope Democratic Party, Mr. Wuru, seeking to stop the inauguration of the president-elect on May 29. The 40 million naira punitive cost slammed on him will serve as a lesson to others that Mr. Wuru, who was called to the Nigerian bar in 1984, would file for such a case before our law court should warrant sanctions by the Nigerian Bar Association. Lawyers should not be allowed to ridicule our judicial system. And Grateful replies that saying, Destiny Child, hope you are reading this before you file your own appeal. Anyways, Grateful also, good morning, Petals family, on the outgoing administration's performance. On security, he rates them 40%. On education, he rates the administration 45%. On economy, 42%. Agriculture, 61%. Health, 47%. Infrastructure, 79.7%. Others below average. And Adebayo Olauti says, good morning, Petals family, outgoing administration performance. He's rating security 0.7%, education 5%, economy 12%, agriculture 21%, health 17%, infrastructure 49.7%, others below average. And okay, let me see. I think that's just their ratings of how this administration is faring. And you can also still send your own ratings on how you think this administration has fared thus far. Olalere Ayola says, good morning on the platform. Some Nigerians can be funny. And Mr. Gesture Kiyamo and Dr. Ramatu, both outgoing ministers of state, just aware that their positions are unconstitutional and an aberration. Why did they accept and function as such for 4 good years? Why did they not resign before now? They should stop insulting our intelligence. They should please go and enjoy their booty. And this is a reaction from a story we looked at yesterday about Mr. Festus Kiamo saying that state ministers are an aberration. Okay. Okay. I think these are all stories, reactions from yesterday, and there's a squabble. It's just bands between those in the group, in the platform. So just keep your comments coming. We'll take them later on during the show. I think we should just start with the 40 million naira that was slammed on the presidential party, the former presidential candidate of the defunct Hope Democratic Party, who filed a suit that the inauguration of the president-elect should not hold because, according to he won the election in 2019 and he has not served his own term of 4 years. So he should be allowed to serve first before the president-elect comes.
One thing they say about your fundamental human rights is the fact that where your right stops is where the other person's right is probably going to begin. You really cannot blame him for exercising his fundamental human rights. He thought he won. He felt he won, so he felt cheated, and he took the right decision by going to court to fight that injustice. But I think I am glad that the court thought it wise to not only throw it out, but to declare that it's a waste of the court's time. And not only the court's time, it's a waste of Nigerians' time. Because last week, I think during this week, I've been on the fact that our legal practitioners should know better than filing some cases, especially when it has to do with elections. You know how sensitive elections are. You should be able to advise your client against filing some suits. Okay, this will just amount to a waste of time. This will amount to a waste of the court's process time, a waste of Nigerians' time and resources. You understand? Now the court has had to ask him to pay a fine for not only disturbing the court, but also wasting the time of the court and even considering the fact or ever thinking that you can even bring that case up. And that's been my grouse, I think, since the beginning of this week, that because of all these cases that we have, sometimes we waste our own time, we waste our resources. And we are also the people asking that these cases be accelerated. They should be fast, such that we have the outcome of the tribunal before the inauguration. But how can that happen when we have different suits? You understand? Even the court had to merge the petitions of Obi and Atiku. Why? Because similar cases, similar suits were filed by different people. And that is how we waste our own time and our own resources. I'm so glad that the court thought to throw this one out, because it's a waste of time. How would you say that you won in 2019? Okay, now what have you been doing since 2019?
The funniest thing is the case had gotten to the Supreme Court and it had been dismissed.
Dismissed at the Supreme Court?
It also got dismissed again January this year. This same suit that he took again to the appeal court.
Honestly, I think is he the one standing for himself? Is he his own lawyer? Honestly, because the court should even take it higher than just fining him alone. They should find whoever was responsible for helping him to file this case. Because how can you just sleep and wake up? So everyone can just decide that, okay, I don't think this inauguration can hold. Why? Because I think you did not win. Do you get that? Is it about what you think you do? Is it about what you think? Is it about how you feel now?
And it's laughable that his party has been...
It's defunct now.
Yes, INEC has...
He's been scrapped. So the man has... Honestly, I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy that it's been thrown out, and not just thrown out, that he was fined. He would think twice before doing such, and other people would think twice before filing such to waste our time.
Okay, we had a question from the last caller during the first leg. The question came from the story that news agencies in Abuja have beefed up. They've beefed up their what's his English?
Security.
Yeah, they beefed up security in and around Abuja ahead of the inauguration ceremony. And then the person asked that, is it only during inauguration ceremonies or during election periods that we have security agencies beefing up security? How about during every day, or how about the everyday life of Nigerian people? That how come we're not having this amount of alertness in the security agencies?
Well, it's a good question to ask, but if we do not want to be mischievous, we also should understand the importance of the day. We should understand the importance of the exercise, and we should understand the importance of the sensitivity of the nation at such a time as this. You would agree with me that there would have been a higher level of security even during the coronation of King Charles III. You
Yes,
would not
we
say
see that
that.
in the news.
So you would not say that it was the regular regimen that they had on the day. So it's I think it's mischievous to start asking why we should have security beefed up. For crying out loud, it is going to be a swearing in day. It is a huge event. And it's not only, the security is not only for people in Nigeria, it's also for outsiders that you are inviting. You are inviting different heads of state. So you want to tell me that they should just be here, and even they should not feel safe. They should not even see the physical presence of security for them to feel safe enough. Don't forget that we have not really been covered in glory when it comes to security. So you want people to come from their comfort zones. You want them to leave the safety of their countries to come here, and you don't want to assure them, you don't want them to read, you don't want them to see, you don't want them to feel that, okay, security is beefed up, security is good here, I can feel safe here. Come on, it's really out of place to ask. Yes, we know that during elections we always ask why we have such heavy presence of the military when it's not war. But that's our reality. We have seen that our elections are almost war. We saw the Tatata election in Kogi State. Yes, we see all these things. You see how thugs have been paid, how they have been used to shoot, to scatter electoral polls, to snatch ballot boxes, to even attack officials. You understand? So you don't want to expect them to go down or to go less on the amount of security that we put in place. So it's a special day. The security should be special, such that everyone coming will feel safe.
Mm. The federal government has declared that they are working hard to come up with a policy that would help to limit the number of children women could have in the country of Nigeria. In addition, the traditional rulers and other leaders across the country are beginning to engage as regards to this. Also, the move was aimed at addressing one of the great issues and challenge in the economic recovery and plans of the federal government in Nigeria. Zainab Ahmed, the Minister of Finance, has further disclosed that she further disclosed this while responding to questions during a session at the 24th Nigeria Economic Summit in Abuja. Do you think it's a good move? Like in China, the limit of children you can have is two. And then I heard, I don't know if it is just banned, I don't know if it's funny, I did not at any point try to find out if it is true, but I heard that if you tell the government you're not going to have children, you're going to get paid. It's just to reduce the population. But do you think it's a good move if we are told you can only have two children, three children?
Honestly, my personal opinion, it's a welcome idea. It's good because even without the government saying it, in this part of the country, we are. It's like if you have like I'm talking about this generation, or maybe 10 years down. Not our mothers now, because our mothers. My mom planned on having 8, and she ended up with 6. Anyway, she stopped at 6. She planned it. As her sister, she said she wanted to have 8. So anytime she just felt, I look at her like, what were you thinking about? Why?
Child, I've never had.
What was spurring you on? No. That even as a child, how can I think of having 5, 6, 7, 8 children? For what reason? Who is paying me to do that? You understand? So if you look at us here, I think we have made the rule, we have made the law for ourselves naturally. You see a family, sometimes you put down 10 families and you just see them uniform, three kids, three kids, like it's planned.
People born around my generation.
Exactly, three. I think we have just we see a family of 3 kids now as the normal in this part of the country.
2.
Yes, 3, 2. No, if you have 2 now, people will think maybe you say they will tell you add one, add one, add
Especially
one.
we have same gender.
Yes, so they've always. I think we have mentally pegged it at 3, and I think it's good because the resources that we have, they are waning by the day. We cannot lie to ourselves. Things are not. Even the rich are crying. Even the rich are complaining. It's not. It's just like it's normal mathematics. It's simple arithmetic. If you have 6 children, you have 100,000 naira to share. Are you going to be able to give 6 children the same amount you will give to 2, 3 kids? No, you are not going to be able to do that. The quality of life you are going to be able to give. See, this is my personal opinion. Yes, I appreciate those who can have as many as they want. Some people will tell you that what the children will eat, they will bring it from heaven. Okay, go ahead. But I think for the health of the woman also, we've had the advocacies for that also, for a woman to rest. A woman is not a childbearing machine, and that's why some men will tell you that's why they have 3, 4 wives, so that by the time they have 3 per wife, at least the man will end up with like 12 or 9 kids, and each woman will have 3 kids. That's sensible also. Please allow the women to rest. For health purposes, for financial purpose, I think it's a good thing, honestly, because we have to think of our environment. We have to think of population, and there is pollution everywhere. There is pollution everywhere. When you put too many people in a place, you cannot compare the level of enjoyment they are going to be exposed to with when you have fewer people. Even look at offices. If you have much people in an office, the resources there, the facilities there are going to suffer for it. But when you have fewer people, it's better maintained. You get it? So I think it's good for us. As a father, it's good for you when you don't have too much children. As a mother, it's good for you when you don't have. There's nothing like too much children, yes, but there's something like that too. There's something like that. I think we can control it. We don't even need the government, because once the government is involved, it's going to look like a draconian something. The people would not really like it. They are going to be forcing people to have, we have mistakes. People call some mistakes. Some people plan to stop at 2, then the third one becomes a mistake. Some people plan to stop at 3. Don't say. Some people, we have one in our house, but I will not say. You understand? So when couples, it happens. It happens. You want to stop at 3, then you just see the number 4 coming. So what are you going to do? So once it becomes a law, then the number 4 is going to put you in trouble. Or will they now legalize abortion? Because abortion is an offense in Nigeria. I know that too. Abortion is an offense. So how will the government now go about it? Will you now begin to imprison people? Will you begin to prosecute families for mistakes when they happen? And some can even take care of 5. Some families are comfortable enough to take care of 5, 6 children. Let them have it. I don't think the government should go the way of pegging it for the woman. I think they should peg it on the man. See, it is not the women that are populating the country. We are not the ones. Look at this. I think he's not a senator. It's the GUA reps member that has how many wives now?
He said.
I think he has 5 wives.
4 wives.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
I think he said he was going to have 30 children. That he will get to 30. The children will get to 30.
Use the amount to campaign.
Yes, he said his children will get to 30 before he leaves the house. So is it the women that are populating? So why are we pegging when you start talking like this now, they say you are a feminist. I am not. I tell people I am not
don't
a feminist. As a matter of fact, I stand more against feminism when I feel like it and when it's right for me. I stand more against it than I stand for it. So I'm not a feminist, but I say it as I see it. Why are you pegging the amount of children a woman can have? Is she the one impregnating herself? Peg the amount on the man. See, as a man, no matter how many wives you decide to marry, no matter how many concubines you decide to impregnate, you are not entitled to more than 10 kids as a man. If you know you are so virile, you are so strong, financially, physically, sexually, emotionally, you can carry it, okay, go on to 10. How many wives? Or 5. You understand? So it's not about pegging it on the woman. Women don't impregnate themselves. And even for the health of our mothers, we know that they too, most of them do not even want to have too many. But they go on and on, especially when they are looking for one particular gender. Yes. I think that is the most cause is the most reasons why they want to have more kids. They want to have a boy, especially when they have been having girls. They want to have a boy. When they've been having boys, they want to have a girl. Why? Why? And another thing is envy between the wives. This one has given birth. You will see a polygamous home like this, and you will see the children coming a year after the other from different wives. So if this one is pregnant this year, they are going to do naming for one this year. Next year they are doing another naming.
For one
this month, and next month they are doing another naming. And you are pegging the amount of children a woman can have. It's not about the women, honestly. It's a good thing if you can see it through well enough, because I'm sure that our religion will stand against it. Some religions will stand against it, and some individual beliefs and interests will also stand against it. But if the government can do it well, and it should be a blanket law. It should be good for the goose and good for the gander, not the law for the south. It shouldn't be the law for the west. It shouldn't be the law for the north. It should be the law for Nigerians, and it should cut across.
I think we should also ask children to what they think. Because as a kid, I used to hate that we were free. Because I used to feel left out. I felt my siblings were closer.
You wanted more or you wanted less?
Less. Oh.
So only you would have been the best.
Just myself.
Just the two. Oh, okay.
And the rest at that.
Maybe your sister now feels the same way.
I don't care.
What would happen to you? What would have happened to you?
If she felt like she should have been the only one. Okay, so while we are trying to curtail our population in Nigeria, India overtakes China to be the most populated country in the world. India has become the most populated country in the world with an estimated population of over 1.425 billion people. According to the new figures from the United Nations Population Division, as at April 2023, estimated India's number of residents is expected to reach 1.423 billion. That means the nation now officially holds the record for highest populated country.
While we are here trying to curtail our own population, India is overshooting. I think overpopulation it comes with its woes and its blessings. Honestly, you have more people within the workforce bracket. If they are well managed, that's the capital resources that we're talking about. If they are well managed, I think they are going to have more people, they are going to have more youths. And youths are the engine of every nation. If you manage them well as they are overshooting, and it doesn't look like the government is looking to regulate that, I think the government should put in place measures to ensure that the youth are well engaged. They should engage them by providing them with. Sometimes it's not employment they want. Sometimes they want to do things by themselves. They should just give them the enabling environment, the conducive environment for the youth to thrive, so that the economy of the nation will be strengthened, and so that the security of the nation will not be threatened, because a restive youth is a problem for the nation. But when these youths are well engaged, honestly, it could be a blessing. Your population could be a big blessing for the country. Then the woes will come also in the use of the resources, the conveniences around. The economy will so it might not suffer, but it will feel it. The impact will be felt more on the economy. But like I said, if they can manage it well, it can really, really be productive. It can be more of a blessing to the nation. But not when you don't even have enough. You don't even have half of this population, and your youths are so restless. Your youths are so you are churning them out every year after NYC, and most of them are just going out there. You pray for favor for you in the labor market. Even you that you are praying for, the labor market is overstretched. The labor market is overstretched. And another thing is the quality of these graduates we are even churning out. The employability of these graduates we are churning out. Honestly, Tony, the problem is multifaceted. Okay, now we complain that there are no jobs. The few ones that you manage to engage for the purpose of finding something to do, you realize that I said a few ones, not all of them. You realize that they are not even employable. And another problem we have, another thing bedeviling this country, is the fact that they now think too highly of themselves. This new youth, this new generation, they have overrated themselves. You ask them, what kind of job do you think you can start with? Then they'll tell you, well, I see something from 250, 150, 200. Then you look at them, okay, what can you offer? What can you offer? You employ some of them, you are going to have to be training them what they should have taught them in school. You are going to start training them again. And it's even worse when you start training them basic English.
That English part.
Honestly, so you now begin to ask them, what should I be paying you for crying? What should I be paying you for? So my point is, your population can be a blessing to you, and it can be a curse. Just like the number of your children can be a blessing to you, and it can also be a curse. It depends on how you are able to manage them and the resources you make available to them.
All right, moving on. The federal government has replied critics over the unending award of contracts and external borrowing. A few days before the expiration of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, declared that the Muhammadu Buhari administration will award contracts by midnight of May 28. Fashola said this in Akure, the Ondo State capital, while flagging up the 19 billion naira dualization of the 49-kilometer dilapidated Akure-Ado-Ekiti highway. According to him, people are asking why we are still awarding contracts when we have a few days to go. Should we stop this road now and wait for the next government? It's a juvenile conversation. They forgot, among other things, that the term of this administration ends at midnight on May 28th. The road really represents the paradox of government about roads and public debt. This is the real story. So now, the summary of all of this is contracts will be awarded till the 28th, whether we like it or not.
Yes, governance is going to run till 28. It's not out of place. It's what is expected. Since we don't have any law to the effect of stopping an outgoing administration at some point from allocating money or issuing money out or even borrowing. You know, we are talking about the $800 million that we plan to borrow. And it's still on, the discussion is on. Don't be surprised if by the end of today, it can still be approved, it can still be done. You understand? So it's what we do until we have a law that prohibits, that stops an outgoing administration at a particular point, at a certain date, maybe a month too. That's why you see incoming administrations at state levels going to court to file an execution, a stay order. I think that's what it's called. They file a stay order, an injunction on the outgoing administration, so that they will not be able to amass debts on the incoming administration. It should be able to, that law, if it is passed, should be able to stop the outgoing administrations, even in employing people, in employing workers. You know, it's like a trap they set for themselves. The governor is going next month, and before you know what's happening, this month is employing 5,000 workers. He will add that to the workforce on ground. The people he did not employ in the last 8 years of his administration, he's going to employ them in the twilight of his administration, so that the incoming administration will start battling that. And that's how we've always had it. The incoming administration will now start, it will now be torn between laying those people off and incurring the wrath of the people as a new bride, or just managing to keep them within the workforce and struggling to pay the salaries. And most times, these salaries were not paid by the outgoing administration. You see our problem in this country. You see our wickedness in this country. And these are the things we should use the weapon of law for. But we don't. We don't. Because I don't see why there can't be a law that will stop you, that will put a bar on an outgoing administration. This is the much you can do. You cannot allocate a contract that is more than this amount within this time of your administration and the incoming administration. You cannot employ more than this number of workers, even if you have to. You cannot employ more than this number, this stipulated amount of workers, if you are leaving in 2 months. But we don't have it. That's why Mr. Fashola can come and tell us that they will award contracts till May 28th, midnight. And that's what they are going to do.
With this your explanation, I think it brings us back to restructuring at the end of the day, and having to form a lot of things back into our laws. Moving on, this is coming from the Minister of Education. Education Minister Malam Adamu has disclosed that he was inexperienced in the education sector before President Muhammadu Buhari appointed him in 2015. Adamu, who is the longest serving minister, reviewed this at a valedictory session with officials and heads of parastatals of the ministry on Thursday. He, however, was credited for appointing some professors of education and other good hands with the help of the officials of the Federal Ministry of Education that helped him record some good success. Although I'm not sure of the good success, because I know of more strikes and others than whatever. But having to employ somebody who has almost no idea about something to come and head a particular ministry, it doesn't sit so well.
We also have similar case in Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. I don't know if you remember when he said it. the day he was welcomed into the Interior Ministry, he said the much he knew about that ministry was what he read on newspapers. So he was coming in there expecting that people there will rally around him. Not teach him, put him through. Let's not use the word teach. So the workers there, the civil servants there, with their help, he hoped to achieve. And well, I think Nigerians will be left to mark these people. Yes, we have to score them. Let's know what to score them on the platforms. Honestly, because I think we had more jailbreaks during the tenure of Aregbesola than we've had in the past. I think we had the longest ASU strike in the tenure of Adamu. And we are not surprised that these people do not know or did not know much about that ministry. The ministries they were brought down during this administration. So we know what they did. We saw what they did. No matter what they mark themselves, we know what we mark them. Yes, parents whose children failed during this administration, parents whose kids could not meet up one exam or the other because of the ASU strike, parents whose kids had to stay at home for 80 years, yes, and those who lost their lives during the jailbreaks, they will know how to mark their scripts for them. It's not enough for them to come and say that they did a lot. They were simply wonderful in these last 8 years. It is what Nigerians will say that will matter eventually.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said Nigerians are more united while outside the country, but seem to act like enemies when in their country home. Obasanjo, who was impressed by the unity exhibited among Nigerians in the United States of America, urged Nigerians in diaspora to reciprocate such togetherness when they come back home. Do you think we're divided more? We act like we're enemies when we're at home? Because if I'm to look back at the events that have happened recently, for example, the Hilda Cookathon, people really rallied around her. So I don't know, do we really act like enemies in Nigeria and then are united outside the country?
My sincere opinion is that Nigerians we like to show off.
How do you get it?
Thank you. See, all these ones that you see on social media, I'm rooting for you. Well, maybe amongst this new generation, I think the unity is probably re-emerging. But you now want to move back a little and see what they come together for. You want to see the quality of what they come together for. Then you look at BB Niger. They come together for that. They come together for that a lot. They are united for BB Niger. Then the Hilda Cookathon that you mentioned. Then online influencers, they follow me, I follow you.
Having to drag people on.
Yes, I think we are more united online for the world to see. But when it comes to what Chief Obasanjo really means, we are not united. Nigerians are not. We are not. See, Tony, you could see it during our election, this last election. You saw it. You saw how they divided us along religion. You saw how they divided us along ethnicity. You saw how they divided, even families were divided. Even families were divided. Couples were divided. But when you talk about things that are not so, the substance of what Nigerians come together for is questionable. I don't even want to mention football. I do not, because I did not say that football doesn't have substance. Please, Tony, I don't want trouble. It's weekend. I want to have peace this weekend. But you want to look at what they come together for. You question it. You question what they gain from. How does it benefit us? Their togetherness at these periods. Because when it comes to the real things that we should be united for, then the unity is found wanting. The unity is lost when we need it the most. We don't find it. So Baba saying that they unite a lot, they unite better when they are outside of the world, of the country. Well, I think he might be right. Yes, he can't even be right because he must have seen them there. You know, we had Nigerian communities almost everywhere. We have African communities, some people even have Yoruba communities. You understand? Because it's a way to stay safe outside of your place. You are out there. You need to look for people like you, so that you will be safe, so that you will have that solidarity in case anything happens to you. I think that's why it's not really, because when you hear from them too, they have issues amongst themselves. They are not that united.
I mean, we have examples.
Yes, that MD, leave MD alone, please. That front that they project, that union, that association that they project, they are often facades. When you go deep down within them, you will know that that unity that they are pushing forward, they lack it. They really do not have it. But I think it's the way of humans. We disagree on a lot of things. It doesn't mean we don't love ourselves. It doesn't mean we will still not come together when Chelsea is playing Man U. It doesn't mean we won't go and root for Hilda when she's cooking. And it doesn't mean that we will not be there for AMBCA. It doesn't mean that we will not join them online to drag MD when it goes off.
It doesn't mean that we will not dance to Mr. Money.
No, it doesn't. So it doesn't mean that we will not attend Owambe and spray ourselves. You understand? But when it comes to the most important things, I think we need more. We need more of this unity. We need more of it to make Nigeria better and to move the nation forward.
Well, I have a good news for everyone. Our Nigeria Air has landed.
Yippee.
Yeah.
Hooray.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because
Promise kept.
Promise kept. And then it was just one. The video, it was just one airplane.
Did they say Nigeria S?
Yes, Nigeria Air.
Did they say S?
Okay. Or did they say S?
Tony.
So we're waiting for justice.
Nigerian Air has landed. A plane that is called Nigerian Air.
So we waited for this for 8 years.
Has landed. It might be one of the fleet. So let's just expect at least Nigerian Air has landed. They did not say a fleet. So it's Nigerian Air that has landed. Wow. So it might just be one of.
Thank you.
You know our Tucano too. I think is one that has been delivered. We are still expecting. As all of them, we have not delivered all the Tucanos that we paid for in full. You understand? So we are still expecting the rest to come. So let's just let's humor them and assume that just one has arrived. We have to fulfill that promise. Okay. We have to fulfill that promise. You know, just like some people are saying that Fayemi inaugurated
through the cargo
an airport that is not complete. That is not functional. Port. A cargo port.
It's not for Mali. It's cargo.
It's cargo. Is it functional?
I don't know.
So the inauguration was so rushed. The fanfare it was out of this world. Then the man just moved from there and signed out. That was it. That was the last project. He promised them and he delivered it. So I think this is it.
You know, someone called this last minute doings.
Yes, it's part of the project that they're going to do till 28.
Okay.
Yes, now. Okay, now you are happy that Nigeria Air landed on the 26th, but you don't want them to award contracts till 28. Why now? You have to be fair.
Okay. All right. Elder statesman and former Federal Commissioner for Information, Edwin Clark, has called on leaders in the country to devote more efforts to the promotion of peace, saying lack of trust is breaking up the country by day. He stated this on Thursday at his private residence in Asokoro district of Abuja at an event marking his 96th birthday anniversary. Do you think lack of trust is breaking up our country? Lack of trust. Yeah, I know we lack trust, or we find it difficult to trust our political leaders like this Nigerian. What do you think is breaking?
Why are you going up to political leaders? Even your neighbor, the next door neighbor, even the next door person to you, this next person, even me that I'm sitting beside you, do you trust?
I gladly trust you.
Okay, thank you for trusting me, and I hope I don't disappoint you.
Amen.
But really, Tony, do we trust ourselves? And do we make ourselves trustworthy? Are we trustworthy? You're asking someone to trust you. Are you trustworthy? A lot of people have trusted people and they've had their fingers burnt severally. So if we don't trust ourselves, we don't make ourselves trustworthy, how do you want people to trust you? And we even some people even go as far as taking the risk of trusting. We have trusted our leaders. We have trusted our leaders. See where it brought us. See where we are now. We see a lot of people do not trust Tinubu as the president-elect. That's why they are saying no. A lot of people, they have a lot of things against him. They have a lot of things on him. They are looking. Is this man really who is presenting himself to be? Is this man really the Messiah? Is he really going there to make our lives better? Nigerians we don't trust them anymore because they have betrayed our trust. Look at this administration. The people that packaged this administration for Nigerians, the Obasanjo came out and he said, see, if it is economy, leave this man out. Leave him out. He does not know much about economy. But security. And the man himself, when he was going, he said, Boko Haram. What is Boko Haram?
What?
And a lot of Nigerians were see,
I felt it was
people were like, this man, Buhari, with his tough disposition, with his antecedents, with the stories we heard about him, with what we've seen, with what we are seeing, this man will defeat Boko Haram.
And I think 3 months into the administration, people were saying we are rushing, that he's not a magician.
Yes, we should calm down for him, especially when he took his time to even.
And I saw that
when he took his time to appoint his ministers, people were like, why is he slow? They even called him Baba Go Slow. Don't worry, but he will get the job done. 8 years down the line.
Here we are.
So don't blame us if we don't trust ourselves. Trust is a very big deal. Is a big issue. Is a big deal.
Okay, we have one last advice on how Nigerians should live their lives or act. Presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party and former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has urged politicians to build people rather than steal public funds. He gave this advice in Mina on Thursday when he served as the chairman at the inaugural lecture of the Niger State Governor-elect Mohammed Bago. The former governor urged the governor-elect to invest heavily in education and security for the good of Niger State, or would regret his future, adding that the investment in education might not be visible immediately, but would eventually yield results. Now, is it practicing what he preached, or is he preaching on mistakes he made in the past?
He is advising people. That was what he said there. He hasn't come out to tell us that he made such mistakes. That's his advice to leaders, to build people. Build, as in building.
Build.
Build, right, okay. They should build people. Well, you cannot say that he's talking about the mistakes he's made in the past, because he would not tell you that he has not made people, he has not built people. A lot of them believe that they are human builders, that they scout for talent and they build men. They are men builders, if you ask them. But it is the people that will judge those who they have built, that will come out and say, we have testimonies from Ashiwaju. We have people who believe they were built by this man. They are out there. We have people who are in the employ of Alaji Atiku Abubakar. Yes. Aliko Dangote is, you call him a builder. Yes, he has. Keeps building men. He employs people. I think this Dangote refinery is out to employ like 100,000 people. That's 100,000 out of the unemployed pool that we have in Nigeria. So building people is a personal thing. Yes, he feels he has built, so he's advising others to build people.
Oh. While we are being told to be careful on the houses where we eat, because people are washing their plates in the WCs, they're washing their meat with detergent and so, well, National Drug, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration Control has raided 15 supermarkets in Minna, Niger State capital, stealing one and confiscating many expired commodities. The, the supermarkets were also found to have been storing products in toilets. It's good that we know that this agency is working and they are discovering people who do this. But do we know the products we've got in that have been stored in toilets? And what would push anyone to even do this? I think more sensitization should be given on these store owners and supermarket owners.
I I recently stumbled on some videos on TikTok.
Okay.
I honestly do not understand it. The WC was there, and this person was saying she wanted to teach people how to cook mac and cheese, and she put all the macaronis inside the WC. Whether it was a new WC, I don't know. If it's unused, I don't know. But the thought of it, the mere thought of it being a toilet, and I don't know. And you said people are washing plates.
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, I think, let me look for it.
I don't understand.
It was
See,
disgusting to say the least.
that's why you just have to. You have to be very careful. You have to be careful what you consume. You have to be careful where you eat. I saw a video. The man was eating. It's supposed to be a cafeteria. He was eating. Then the lady was turning the swallow, making, of course, preparing another swallow for another customer. And the man that was eating just looked up, and the lady was using the turning stick to scratch her backside, lifting the cloth to and scratching. So the guy just stopped eating, and he was so appalled. And people, there was now the caption: when we say you should eat at home, you will not listen. I think the best thing people can do, at least, I'm not saying it's even the best. The least you can do, if you can't eat at home, you have to wait to get home just snack. That's what I advise. Find something to snack. All these canteens. I do not really sound. I want to. I don't want to risk like we are running them down or we are spoiling their market. You understand? But I think more should they should do more. They should do more in their hygiene. They should do more in the quality of food that they cook. I don't know. This is not a use. This one I'm looking at is not used. I think it's the purpose of washing. It's the purpose of washing the plates. They just made it. I think it's not creativity, honestly. It's not creative because it's not beautiful. It's not good. It's not pleasant to the eyes. How can you be washing plates in a WC? We know what a WC is meant for. See, Tony, if you look at a WC outside where it's been displayed to be sold, you still feel like it's a WC. Even gold WC, you still know what it's meant for. You don't want to see your food around it. Now you are washing plates there, you are washing food there, and you want to give that food for somebody to eat.
Some wash their meat in washing machine.
Washing machine. Wash your meat in washing machine. Is that not? I really don't. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay. Why there's a lot I want to say. They are running into each other. A woman is in court for calling a man impotent, and a man Jibril Sawuta on Thursday dragged the middle-aged woman Sana Yohana before an upper customary court in Kafansha, Kaduna State, for allegedly calling him impotent. Johanna was docked on 3 counts of intentional insult, defamation, and criminal intimidation. The offense runs contrary to Section 312, 371, and 376 of the Kaduna State Penal Code law. In a direct criminal complaint filed before the court, Sauta alleged that he was chatting with friends in the village head of Padan when he received information that his brother has been arrested by the police. On getting to the station, he said the defendant emerged from nowhere and started hurling insults at him, saying he was impotent and had no child. He said after insulting him, the defendant inexplicably rushed to embrace him when the charge was read to the defendant. She pleaded not guilty. Then she prayed the court to grant her bail. This is a case of NMFI. Permit me to use that. Because people have these pants between themselves and they just say you that you're impotent. But this has landed this woman in court.
How can you have a bant with a man?
I tell you,
as a woman, you are saying the man is impotent. Well, how did you arrive at such conclusion? Because he doesn't have a child. See, the man should not bother himself. I think what should be done, the man should just prove that he's potent. The case is still in court, so we are not permitted to talk about it. But honestly, if it were another thing, people say, people call people impotent. And I think what you should just, Yorubas will say, Madewa wow. So when you call somebody a bastard, and Madewa, I will now show you that I'm that is it. If you think somebody is impotent, then they should just let him show the woman
how impotent he
is impotent or is potent.
All right, another person in court, a grade 1 area 1 court sitting in Kabusa, Abuja on Thursday, sentenced the 30-year-old painter Zachariah Usman to 2 months imprisonment for stealing 4 Bibles, 124 church membership forms, and others. The police charged Usman with theft. The judge Malam Abubakar Siddiq sentenced the convict after he pleaded guilty to the charge. Sadiq, however, gave him the option to pay a fine of 10,000 naira or serve the jail term. Why would you steal a Bible? 4. And then other forms. To do what? If you need a Bible, I think you can always go to the church. I think his own is not ordinary.
No, people steal stuff.
Bibles.
What if he steals the Bible? He wants to sell it.
You want to say it?
Yeah, why can't you steal? You can steal. A thief can steal anything. That's why they are called thieves.
Hmm.
And if he's now kleptomaniac, you don't even want to go there. A thief can see, for just to be called a thief, he can take this charger right in front of you and drop it. Just for you to call him that, a thief. So you're now saying somebody stole the Bible. Bible is an essential commodity. So some people will buy it off him. So that is why somebody would steal the Bible. I answered your question.
Thank you. On people stealing whatever, Kano police arrested a man, a 19-year-old man who visits graveyard to steal name posts. The Kano police spokesperson SP Abdullah Hikiyawa revealed that the suspect was arrested with 28 of such iron boards after allegedly stealing them from Chulunwada Cemetery in Kano City. According to reports, the suspect confessed at the police headquarters that he visits the grave around 3 a.m. to steal the name boards. He added that he sells the boards to ironsmiths at 300 naira per kilo.
Please come in.
He steals name boards, name posts on graveyards, they're iron.
Okay.
And then he sells them to these iron condensed guys. He says 300 naira per kilo.
Iron condensed. Okay.
Yes, that's what we call it. Iron condensed.
Okay, those who pick
Scavengers.
Scavengers. Thank you. That's the word. Why did you not say iron condensed?
What are you able to read?
Tony, please. He steals and he sells, just like I told you. So a lot of people steal for the purpose of reselling.
Oh.
They are not going to use. Hardly would you see a thief using what he or she has stolen. Some of them will resell it, and some of them will even give it out to some people, either their boyfriends or their girlfriends. But stealing that thing, the name stones, that's what it's called, Debbie. Name sign, name post on the graveyard. Well, people even steal cups.
Yes, I heard there's a community that stops burying their dead.
People steal cups, my dear sister. People steal cups. So what now a name post? Now a name post.
Yesterday we got reports that Afrobeat singer Seun Kuti left the shores of Nigeria. Now his lawyer has come to defend him, saying that his journey is not unlawful and that he would not jump bail. He said he noted that Kuti is currently not being prosecuted in court by the Nigerian Police Force or any prosecuting authority. Mr. Kuti confirmed that he traveled on Thursday, and funny enough, he updated his bio and wrote Marshal. Let me read. He wrote Senior Marshal, Cell 1. I think this is just him trying to be funny about his ordeals and being in prison, but it's good to know that he's not trying to jump bail and he just went.
He's not. Seun Kuti is not somebody that can jump bail. He's a. Well, I can say that he's too big for that. He's not someone that can run away. He wouldn't want to run away because he's not a criminal. You understand? And he has a name to protect. He has responsible siblings. You understand? I saw him dedicating his freedom to his sister, Kuti. He said it was our birthday gift. So that is to show you the roles Yeni and other siblings played in this saga. You understand? Even Femi had to go and stand in for him. as for his tour. He was supposed to that tour. Yes, Femi had to go there to perform in his place, and that goes to show you the bond that family shares. I would not say I was surprised really, but I think I was, because I didn't know that they are that close. I didn't know it's such a close-knit family as such. But with this, I think it's a good one. I'm happy. I'm happy.
The Kano State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Musa Abdullahi Lawan, on Thursday absolved the Majority Leader of the House of Representatives, Alhassan Ado Doguwa, of an alleged murder case. Abdullahi Lawan, briefing newsmen in Kano, said that based on the foregoing facts and observations, the ministry could not substantiate charges of criminal conspiracy, mischief by fire, and culpable homicide against Doguwa. He said that the statements of those that implicated Oguwa were full of contradictions and could not find medical evidence to prove the death of the victims. There is a murder charge on the...
Yes, the Budugua,
Yes.
Sometime, I think 2 weeks ago. Yes,
So now
the
they
case
said
has been
he's not going
upturned.
he has no case to answer.
Yeah, good one. Good for him.
Yeah. And back to lighter topics. The Hilda effect, as it was tagged, as taking someone to do something shocking. A man uses his teeth to peel over 40 coconuts just to win an award or something. Do you think that very soon Nigerians might want to abuse having to break certain records?
Was that a Nigerian?
Yes, sir.
Using his teeth to break peel coconuts? See, people, like I said, people like to trend. People can do anything for clout. Because I don't know what. Okay, has he entered the Guinness Book of Records?
I think for you to even get into the Guinness Book of Records, there's an application you have to send, and it has to be approved before you do anything. I think you just wanted to.
Nigerians we will always be the funny lot that we are. We like cruise.
Yeah.
We like cruise.
All right. A Twitter user said, if your parents speak their native tongue and you don't even know basic greeting in your language, then your parents failed you. And if you wear that as some bragging right of honor, you should be ashamed that you can't speak your native language. And there are a lot of people who cannot speak their native language. I think from my generation or people younger. And it's appalling, it's sad that we have something like that. But do you think parents have failed their children if their children cannot speak their native language?
Well, failing them, I don't know about it, but I personally do not like it when your kids can't speak your language. See, is what we are clamoring for. Let's get back there. This our culture. Let's protect it. People are protecting their. Look at the coronation of King Charles. A lot of things, a lot of traditional exercises went on there. At a time, it was covered out of our view. What was done there? There was the talk of the stone, the ancient stone that was brought from Scotland just for the purpose of the coronation, and it will be taken back till this king dies and another king or queen is coming. You understand? People have traditions. People keep their traditions. So how would you, people even post it? I think it's like a badge for them. It's like an honor. They post their kids that stutter in Yoruba, and they are happy. They are happy. When the kids come online and they start saying grandma emperor, grandma Puro, and they post it. Some even record their kids abroad reading the Bible in Yoruba. I don't know if you've seen that video.
I saw this one girl that was wearing glasses.
No, I think this one is a family of 4. So they took turns to read the Bible, and they were murdering every word, and the parents were laughing. They were so happy that they have lost their culture, that the children could not even identify with the littlest. And what could be as little, as basic as your child speaking your language fluently? No matter how many languages you want your child to speak, why should your own language be out of it?
Well, while we are having some people not knowing their languages and some even cursing themselves in their own language, a 22-year-old Nigerian-born student, Tgif has emerged Loyola Marymount University's best graduating student. Ugoji, who was a valedictorian of the U.S. University at the 2023 graduation ceremony, was able to inculcate his Igbo heritage during his speech. He proudly identified himself as Yoruba and emphasized his cultural heritage. He says, "My family is from the Igbo tribe, and in our culture we have a phrase called Igbo Kwenu." Elaborating further, Ugoji explained that in the Igbo land, the phrase Igbo Kwenu serves as an endorsement and agreement. It represents the collective strength and unity that the Igbo people shared. And then he went ahead to say, when he says Igbo Kwenu, they say, hey. And then he made them chant that for a little while before he went ahead with his speech. It was a very touching moment.
Yes, it will be, because see, when kids do stuff like this, it makes you proud of them. You are happy, and you want to even appreciate the parents who are taking time to teach them, because it's fun. When they all start to sound like they don't know how to speak it. It's what they do. Kids, they like to do it a lot. They like to do it. Probably they really don't know how to speak it, but some find it very interesting to murder it. It's your responsibility to teach them to speak it correctly and to do the basics of kneeling down, prostrating, greeting in the morning, and sometimes let them speak. The Yoruba is good, it's beautiful. Igbo is beautiful. Let them speak the quaint English they want to speak, but let them still speak your language. It is your language, it is who you are. No matter, see, who you become is different from who you are. You are is who you are. Who you are going to become is who you are planning to become. But see, this is who you were born as. You are a Yoruba man, you are a Yoruba woman. Your kids are Yoruba. Even if they are born in Mama Charlie's house or Charlie's country now, they are Yoruba people. They are Yoruba, they are Igbo children. They should learn to speak their languages. They should understand it. So you don't come back home one day and they will sell them using the language, and they will be laughing sheepishly.
Yeah, I had a mate back in secondary school, a Yoruba girl, and then she was annoying someone, and then the person was like, "Shulori Brukunieni." And then this girl started dancing, placing her hand on her head, calling her name. I think she went to ask someone that what is the name, and the person just said, "It's a good thing." And the person just
and she started calling.
So she started dancing, and she was calling herself. I was like, "You're cursing yourself."
And she was happy.
And it takes me back to those who take pride in giving their children English name and saying giving their children their native name sounds ras.
Well, it depends. That's why we have beautiful names now. Yes. Really, we have beautiful names, and you have every right to say right. No, to cook up a name.
Yeah.
See, people have gone. We have evolved. If you name a child, if you have a child today and you name the child Temitayo, I think people will look at you like,
can think of
They are coming from, and is this how creative you can get? Be creative.
When there's Oluwatoyin Loba.
Think. I saw one more Moluwa Tike. I said, yeah. More Moluwa Tike.
And she writes the full name.
You can imagine that. We have beautiful names now.
Wow.
Just think about it. Think of how you're feeling. Think of what led to the child's birth and a lot of things you can think of. Then come up with a name that speaks for you. A name that speaks of you. So then you will realize that it's not Raz.
Very good.
Why would you think my children's names are Raz? How would you even, where would you even start thinking from that you say my children's names are Raz?
The National Youth Service Corps on Thursday sent 3 corps members who absconded from their duty posts would repeat the service year, while 2 others would get an extension. Speaking at the passing out parade of the 2022 batch Stream 1 corps members held in Gombe, the state's coordinator, Mrs. Dawuta Jida, stated that no fewer than 526 passed out in Gombe State. Jida said that the disciplinary measure for the various offences committed by the concerned corps members were issued after facing the Corps Disciplinary Committee. Absconding, I always never get it. I always never understand people who think it's okay to just stop service year and think they will just pass out like that and they will not get an extension. So I think an extension is a good one.
Probably the arrangements they made failed, because you don't just up and just think you can abscond and want to come for your passing out certificate. They probably must have made some kind of arrangements that blew back on their faces.
Well, while some people are getting extension, someone during her POP said, "I came, I saw, and I'm coming back home intact." The 20-year-old corper celebrates her chastity as she concludes her NYSC program, and she had a customized white T-shirt saying "Virgin Corper." And then people have been saying that it's kind of risky to put something like this on social media.
Is that not what we're talking about? Is that not? Is everything now for social media? All your life now. You want to look at yourself and you just want to put your whole life. I pray she gets home intact.
That's the exact thing people are saying. Yeah.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Whose business is it, even if you are still intact? Whose business? That is a discussion between you and whoever ends up marrying you. How is it my business for you to now think you want to just throw it at my face and you're writing virgin copper on your T-shirt and that's what you are showing me? What's my business with your virginity? How does that add to the cost of diarrhea? How does it remove from the cost of rice or groundnut? How? Are you the only virgin? Are you the only person in that camp that will go as a virgin and come back as a virgin? I don't know why. I don't know who raised people like this. Honestly, I just look at parents who have succeeded in raising children like this. How can you wake up in the morning and you want to go and make a T-shirt and you are writing a woman for crying out? See, it's a problem when children don't know where to stop. When children believe they can just do, when you make your children believe they can do whatever they like, it's a problem. Yes, she's 20-year-old. She's somebody's child, for crying out loud. She's somebody's child. She must have been taking some steps to celebrate her independence, a newfound freedom that has gone. The steps might have gone uncautioned, unchecked. That's why she felt it's proper for her to now put on her chest, "I came, I saw, and I'm coming back intact."
Okay, before we go back to the phone lines, reality TV star Khloe Kardashian has said she wishes people were more honest about the realities of surrogacy. It will be recalled that Khloe welcomed her son via surrogate last July with her ex-boyfriend, who is also the father of her daughter. Just weeks following the embryo transfer in November 2021, the TV star learned that. Okay, whatever. Now she says that the surrogate process made her feel less connected with her child. Now, I think she's just been too much. There are some people who cannot carry their children themselves for medical reasons, and then they have to go through surrogacy. Would anyone want to feel disconnected with their children? I don't think surrogacy is the cause. I think it's just the father of the child she's not.
Tony, that's how she's feeling.
Sure.
She has said that people should be more honest. That's her being honest. She feels she didn't carry the child. Because see,
Yes, she feels guilty.
there is we cannot say that one is more, we can't say one is better than the other, because those who opt for surrogacy have their reasons for opting for surrogacy. Those who go for IVF, they have their reasons for going for IVF. But we can say that one is more natural than the other, because the natural thing is for you to carry the child in you and for you to give birth to the child as the mother. You understand? So that's Chloe being sincere with herself. She's honest. That's how she feels. She doesn't feel as connected to the child as she would have felt if she had carried that child in her womb. But I am sure that will go with time. That feeling will disappear with time. By the time she carries the child for some time now. I don't know if she will be breastfeeding the child.
I don't think she breastfed the first one either.
Okay, the first one was through surrogacy
No,
too.
she gave birth
to that herself, and this one, okay, she didn't even breastfeed the one she gave birth to herself, so we can't expect her to. We can't conclude that she's going to breastfeed this one. Well, I think the connection that she seeks will come with time as she begins to bond. People adopt children outrightly, and they still bond with them. So she can work on the bond by herself. But that's just her being sincere.
Okay. Back to the platforms. More rating for the current government. Abiodun Adeleke says agriculture 0.7%, 0.7%, education 2%, security 1%, economy 5%, infrastructure 17%. That is my rate for the government. Others are below 10%. Even Nigerians with 2 children are finding it difficult to feed themselves, to feed them. Still from Abiodun Adeleke, I totally support your opinion, Matt. To be realistic, it's supposed to be maximum of 2. Or government should make a law that for a man to have a child, there must be certain amount you must have in respect of the unborn child and her mother. Failure to do it comes with greater punishment. Okay, Adebayo Allowed says, anti-DC, how about polygamists? For instance, those that married 3 or more wives.
I said it. You remember I said it that
I think you asked before you mentioned.
yes, you as a man, you have like 3 to 4 wives. Then if each has 3, 2, 4, we are still within range. Yeah, it is the man. Then later I now said if they are going to peg it on the man, then they will still tell the man no matter how many wives you marry, you must not have more than this number of kids. I said it.
Alright. Abiodun Adeleke says, since no law backs it up, the 1999 constitution we use in this country is flawed. Mary Adiola says, Baba Tinubu said he knows the huge problem of Nigeria, but Baba Buhari also said the same thing before he took over. He even wept that he should be given a chance, but upon all that, we suffer for it. There is little or no difference between them. Corrupt person can never fight corrupt people. And the incoming president will even cover. Please, let's not make conclusions about how the incoming president is going to act. Like I said earlier during the first leg, let's try to be optimistic about the incoming government. Let's try to have positive mindsets and believe that things will work out fine. Let's just hope that Nigeria takes a new turn and it favors us all. Then Destiny Child sent a really long one and says, President Muhammadu Buhari, 2-star Army General and former Commander-in-Chief, displayed confidence. when he declared his intention to put an end to the Boko Haram insurgency within a matter of months. Despite his previous unsuccessful attempts at winning the presidency, he remained steadfast in his belief that he had something valuable to offer and lamented the denial of such to Nigeria. Sorry, this is too long for us to take. Our time is really short now. Okay. Destiny Child replied a message from Grateful earlier saying we should be reading before he goes for says we protested against bad governance and NSAS. They told us to go through the ballot. We went through the ballot, they told us to go through the court. We are in court and they want us to support illegitimacy. People driven mass action against impunity is inevitable. Kolako Rashid says funniest headline of the week, grave posts. Oh well, it is the news. Then Babatunde Adegoke says Supreme Court dismissed PDP's case against President-elect and his vice over double registration. Then Destiny Child says some psychophants. Let's just move on to another one. Adewale Fani says good morning, Auntie Lizzie and Tony. Absolutely, the minister's scorecard is nothing to write home about. They are unemployable ministers with good portfolio. There are no difference between them and the unemployable graduates as we just analyzed. That is the output of a bad system. That is the output of ignoring merit and competence. The president should take all the blame for their woeful performance. Okay. Abiodun Adeleke, my president, you will succeed and Nigeria will be great again in Jesus' name. Amen. I recommend marathon fasting and prayer for you for 2 weeks to show true support for the president. I don't know who that is for. All right, we'll just open the phone lines now so people at home can be a part of the talk. 08107812544 or 09153029992. Please do not forget to turn down the volume of your radio set so as to avoid it.
Anthony, do you know that UK universities are kicking against this ban on Nigerian students? Yes, we have universities kicking against it. I even saw a member of parliament in the UK yesterday kicking against it.
Maestro said that that's to tell us our worth and that we should recognize it.
Yes, it's we are of huge value to them now. Are they those that are going? Are they going for free?
No.
Are they not paying?
Yes, they're paying and they're working.
Let's see how it goes. For MDTMU. I've seen a lot of people calling on the guy, begging him to come home for the inauguration. Want to have a one-on-one with him.
Just open the door.
No, they want to really discuss with him. It's not enough to just be talking across the ocean.
Okay.
Across the river.
They should go across the river.
They don't want to talk across the river. They should come home. I probably just land for the inauguration, and someone even invited him to Bere area.
Hello, good morning.
Just have a one-on-one there.
Hello, good morning. Please try again. 09153029992 or 08107812544. So you should come to Bere. Yeah?
Yes, I see there was that invitation on Facebook yesterday.
08107812544 or 091.
I think I saw something on Facebook. Someone said that Mrs. BC don't vex. Betting copper. No, it's not even vex. It's just that it's ridiculous, really, and it's even dangerous for her. Honestly, it's more on the danger side for her than this just wanting to trend, charging copper. What does that even mean? And the Supreme Court dismisses PDP suit against Tinubu and Shettima over allegation of double nomination. I think that's the breaking news there. All right.
We'll take more calls. Please try. I know the network can be funny sometimes, but let's keep trying. 08107812544 or 09153029992. Please don't forget to turn on the volume of your radio set. We've talked about a lot of things today. I'm going to remind you about them so you can know what to base your opinion on. The 40 million naira suit that was slammed against the former presidential candidate of the defunct Hope Democratic Party. We also have federal government planning to set a limit on the number of children a woman can have, and former President Olusegun Obasanjo saying Nigerians are more united outside Nigeria than at home. We also have the Minister for Works and Housing saying that there will be approval of projects till the midnight of 28th of May. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Your name, where you're calling from? Go ahead, sir.
Thank you for doing a nice job there.
Thank you.
This issue of our culture affecting all aspects of our life. If you take the Yoruba language, for example, I think it was Professor Fakua who conducted an experiment to show that people thought the indigenous language to perform better, and the result was very positive. You see, it affects so many things. The children not speak vernacular. Our teachers say we should not speak vernacular. And the definition of vernacular is very, very derogatory. So how many times about the colonial influence, all of these things are being known. I think the older generation should enforce it. Look, when you speak English at home, when you come to speak Yoruba or your indigenous language to me, I think I can make some little changes. This is terrible. Just for.
Amen. Thank you. 08107812544 or 09153029992. We also talked about people in court for different reasons. You can also base your opinions on those topics. We have people grading or rating the current administration so far on the platforms. You can also do that. We can still take your ratings. The numbers to call again: 08107812544 or 09153029992. Okay. 08107. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Please speak up.
My name is Oma, calling from Elena.
Okay, go ahead.
When you are reading stories and the life of fire, this lady from coming over and see where somebody that is interested. What the judge could have done as a magistrate. This is not about the immediately the court again. The man will go and take his man away and the woman. One back and telling the that judgment and paternal code.
Thank you. I didn't hear the last part.
That the man that the woman called impotent should be directed to go and test his manhood on the woman.
09153029992 08107812544. Please let's be conscious of the comments we drop on the platforms so as not to make light of everything we are talking about. 08107812544 09153029992. I'll take the numbers once again. 08107812544 or 08107812544 or I'll take the same number. 09153029992. Yeah, I forgot this story. Two 13-year-old boys have handed themselves in to police after a fire destroyed a 7-story heritage building in central Sydney. The building went up in flames on Tuesday afternoon, requiring about 100 firefighters to extinguish the inferno. Police believe other teams were involved in the incident and have asked them to come forward. 15 people were sleeping rough in the building at the time of the fire, and 13 of them have been accounted for. Yesterday I asked Maestro that if there was a tougher place to send minors to than the juvenile prison, and then he says that even that one is not something easy, but I think kids are getting out of hand these days.
And you still have to get back and blame their parents and the internet.
Yes.
But back to the parents.
Okay, the numbers again: 08107812544, 09153029992. I think our network is kind of funny, but let's just keep trying. 09153029992 or 08107812544. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello.
The network.
Yes, the network.
Okay.
Let's just keep trying. 08107812544, 09153029992. You can still drop a comment on the platforms. We will take them. We have a few minutes left. 081. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm on last from Akubo.
Go ahead, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know whether you read this minister that said he did not know anything about this ministry
Yes, the Minister for Education.
for education. Please, my sister, what do you think should be the judgment for this minister? He's supposed to be arrested immediately because he has collected all these acquisitions of office for that. I don't know whether it's for 20 years or 4 years now. He was there for those people behind. He was collecting all these things and he's telling us now that he doesn't know anything about it. I think it's a very serious offense.
Thank you.
Well, it's not an offense. It's not even an
was
offense.
appointed.
He was appointed. I think you should blame the person that appointed someone that has no knowledge of the ministry, because there are 1,001 people that could have fitted into that ministry professionally well enough.
09153029992 or 08107812544. I think we should still use one more call. Yes. 08107812544 or 09153. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Okay, I'm doing that now.
Alright, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, we are with you.
It's Dr. Anthony.
Okay.
I just want to speak on the last issue that the other caller just made mention now, talking about somebody that was appointed as, I think it's the Minister of Education.
Education, yes.
That does not even know anything about that dimension at all.
The Minister for Interior also said he didn't know anything about it when he was appointed.
Okay. Also said the same thing.
Aregbesola said the same thing. When he was appointed, he said he didn't know about it.
That's the problem. That is the problem of appointment. All these things that are doing, they just like the kind of people that work for me or that campaign for me or that are close to us. I have to compensate them, even if they don't know the job. And when they now assume that position, the ministry will suffer because they will use like how many years to find a fit. And before you know it now, it will be all over 4 years. I believe that even the incoming administration now should now learn from these entrances. But to me, I believe that they will still follow suit too, because with the way things are going now, I don't belong to any party. I heard when we were talking about that we have to be optimistic for the income. But to me, I believe that every one of us, to me, I want to be neutral. I don't want to be optimistic. I don't want to be pessimistic. So that whatsoever that come out, I just have to take it so that I will not have a kind of emotional breakdown. So just to be free.
You want to be safe.
Yes, we have to be free that all will be well. That they should choose the right people that knows what to do. So that by the time that they are being appointed, they will hit the ground running. And for this administration, they should choose people that are professionals in the various fields.
Thank you very much. Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show. I did say good to me. It's always a pleasure to have you every Friday.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Tony Adioye. Have a wonderful weekend and don't forget to remain law-abiding citizens.
Right, that's where we wrap it up. Thank you for joining us also, and thank you for watching.